Hey, I'm Miriam Shore. You're watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly digest of all the cool theater happenings. Or as we like to think of it, the people who, with all due respect, hope Ariana Grande is banned from schmackeries. The only saliva we like on our cookies is our own. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Beth?
We've got chills and they're multiplying because our Broadway boyfriend Aaron Tveit is going to play Danny Zuko in Fox's Grease Live. The Graceland star will slap on a leather jacket and get systematic, high dramatic, and automatic opposite Julianne Hough as Sandy and Vanessa Hudgens as Rizzo on January 31st. But wait, there's more good news for Tvaiter tots. Aaron's new movie, Big Sky, has a release date. Look for the film, which also features Kira Sedgwick and Frank Grillo, to hit theaters and be available on demand on August 14th. We're so excited, we wish we could do Tveit's signature one-handed clap. Just check Tumblr.
Hakuna Matata. Earl Stephen Taylor and Jelani Remy have joined the cast of Broadway's The Lion King as Mufasa and Simba, respectively. Taylor is returning to the Great White Way production after previously performing in the ensemble, and Remy is making his Broadway debut after playing Simba in the North American tour. You can go and roar your applause at these new additions to Elton John and Tim Rice's Tony-winning musical at the Minskoff Theatre.
All right, Mr. DeMille, she's ready for another close-up. Glenn Close, who is rumored to be reprising her Tony-winning role of Norma Desmond in the movie adaptation of Sunset Boulevard, may also return to the role on stage at the English National Opera in London in the spring of 2016 or 2017. And more news from across the pond. Stage and screen star Sheridan Smith has confirmed that she's on tap to headline Funny Girl at the Meniere Chocolate Factory. No one's gonna rain on her parade, especially not Lea Michele.
Bryce Pinkham's going for the full Monty. Well, actually, the Tony nominee is just returning to the role he originated, Monty Navarro in A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. The actor took a leave of absence from the Tony-winning musical earlier this year to star in the Heidi Chronicles, but now he's coming back to kill off the Die Squiths at the Walter Kerr Theater on July 28th. Welcome back, Bryce.
They've released 10 studio albums, won 3 Grammys, been ranked one of the best hip-hop groups of all time, serve as the house band on NBC's The Tonight Show, and now the Roots can add Broadway album producers to their awesome resume. This week, Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda announced that members Questlove and Black Thought will produce the original Broadway cast recording of the hit show, which began previews at the Richard Rodgers Theater on July 13th. The Hamilton album will drop in September, with more details to come in the next few months. The show is set to officially open on August 6th, but we're pretty positive you already knew that and are probably already waiting in line.
The sweet sound of Josh Young is back on Broadway, leading the cast of Amazing Grace at the Nederlander Theatre. The new musical, based on the true story behind the beloved song, follows lost wretch John Newton's journey to finding himself. It's a demanding role that Young pulls off with aplomb, holding his own with Tony winner Chuck Cooper and a stellar cast. Congratulations, Josh Young, you are our star of the week.
Sutton Foster and Stephen Pasquale are raising the roof in The Wild Party, Andrew Lippa's musical about a drunken night of debauchery. So in this week's pop poll, we asked the cast to tell us about the last time they pulled an all-nighter. Check out their answers.
I mean, I guess I had. Maybe in college I did? I really like to sleep. It's gonna sound sexy until I tell you what it was. I pulled an all-nighter just recently. I have children.
It was my early 20s. It was back in my heyday. Some underground club, dancing to some house music until 8 in the morning.
I've pulled a lot of all-nighters out of anxiety. I wish I could say it was like, oh, I'm such a crazy partier. No.
After an opening night, I think we were out till the sun came up, and I remember thinking, what an accomplishment. And then we all paid for it for 3 days the next day. It's not the same as when you're 20.
It was Queen of the Night's closing night, and I had 2 friends in it, so a bunch of us went and saw, and then we went to the after parties, and so it just ended up dragging on until early morning hours.
11th grade at Carol Rosenblatt's house when we were preparing the float for the prom. We won when we were freshmen, by the way, class of 83. We won in 1979, so that was unheard of.
So a lot of all-nighters. Not that sexy.
Hi, I'm Lea Salonga. I will be coming back to Broadway this fall in Allegiance, and you are watching the Broadway.com show.
Thumbs up to Patti LuPone. As you probably know, the Tony winner is long on talent and short on patience when it comes to misbehaving audience members. When some classless theatergoer was apparently texting during the hilarious Shows for Days at Lincoln Center, Ms. LuPone plucked the offending phone and proceeded to exit the stage. No stopping the show, no breaking character, just a little touch of star quality and off-Broadway justice. And for that we say bravo, Patti. You are the theatrical vigilante of our dreams.
Thumbs down to the widespread reports that a James Bond musical would be hitting the Great White Way or Las Vegas in 2017. We here at Broadway.com spied a problem with the story, so before writing it, we got in touch with the rights holders of the franchise, who confirmed what we suspected. A 007 tuner has no license to sing, so you will not be seeing a major theatrical production based on Ian Fleming's iconic Spy hitting the boards. We're now craving a martini. Shaken, not stirred, obviously.
Be forewarned, this week's Hot Shot might be too much cuteness for the average Broadway-loving human being to handle. On July 11th, Schubert Alley was taken over by a flock of furry friends and a ton of our favorite stage stars for the 17th annual Broadway Barks adoption event hosted by Bernadette Peters and Andrew Rannells. Broadway.com photographer Bruce Glickus was on the scene and snapped this adorable photo of the MCs and a couple of precious pooches. Are you having a squealing, crying, and cooing fit right now? Don't say we didn't warn you.
It's Broadway Smackdown time. Last week, we asked you which star of the new Wet Hot American Summer prequel you'd like to see on Broadway, Amy Poehler or Kristen Wiig. We'd love to see them both, but you guys were partial to SNL funny gal Kristen Wiig with 76% of the votes. This week, we're seriously psyched, about the news that the TV movie Sharknado is trying to take a bite out of Broadway. This immediately made us think of what other ridiculously fun movies would make even more ridiculously fun musicals. Snakes on a Plane, anyone? So we want to know, would you rather see tap dancing sharks doing time steps or Fosse-ing snakes doing jazz hands? Wait, snakes don't have hands. Anyway, tweet your vote to BroadwayCom with the hashtag BOULEVARD Smackdown and tune in next week for the winner.
Our tweet of the week goes to Broadway's prime leading man, Alex Sharp. The Curious Instant of the Dog in the Nighttime Tony winner tweeted, "Accidentally punched myself in the face moments ago in the first half of At Curious Broadway. 'Cause I'm fly, and that is how I roll. Hashtag so smooth." Don't worry, Alex, you're only human. We can't have a super good day every day. Follow him at Alexander Sharp.
It's time to reveal your latest top 10 list from Culturalist.com. This week, Hedwig and the Angry Inch co-creator and original star John Cameron Mitchell revealed that he'd love for triple threat Justin Timberlake to step into the glam rocker's high heels. So we asked whom you think should headline Hedwig next. Broadway.com news editor Imogen Lloyd-Webber kicked off this week's challenge with Jonathan Groff as her top pick, and here's how you guys voted. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Billy Porter, Justin Timberlake, Chris Colfer, Gavin Creel, Andy Mientus, Aaron Tveit, Adam Lambert, Alan Cumming, and your top pick, Jonathan Groff. Check back on Broadway.com later this week for a brand new Culturalist challenge.
That's it for this week's episode of the Broadway.com show. But first, check out this clip of James Monroe Iglehart and the cast of Aladdin singing at the White House for Michelle Obama and a group of lucky little ones at the kids' state dinner. See you guys next week.
Ain't it great to know somebody's got